Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Golden Bachelorette. Will Joan Vassos relocate for love? For the premiere season of The Golden Bachelorette, Joan Vassos was introduced to dozens of eligible bachelors. The issue is that all of these men don't reside near where she resides. Is she willing to settle for a long-distance relationship or relocate? Read on to find out her take. The Golden Bachelor. Long-distance relationships can be a nightmare. Relocation is an important conversation to have, especially in reference to the disaster that was Season 1 of The Golden Bachelor. After meeting 22 women, Jerry Turner decided to propose to Theresa Nist, and she happily accepted. The happy couple went on to have a televised wedding. 3 months later, however, the two announced that they were filing for divorce. Turner lives in Indiana, while Nist resides in New Jersey. Try as they might, they couldn't make long-distance work, and neither was willing to relocate. Their divorce was finalized back in June, putting them both back on the dating market. Maybe if they discussed their location plans post-marriage, the couple would still be together. The Golden Bachelorette. Joan Vassos answers relocation question. All three of the remaining contestants live in different parts of the country. Guy Gansert lives in Nevada, Pascal Ipe resides in Chicago, and Chalk Chapel's hometown is in Kansas. Joan lives in Maryland, and the question is whether or not she would be willing to relocate to start a romantic relationship, or if she would ask the guy she chooses to move to her. The reality TV star has made it clear that she is not willing to relocate from her family and friends in MD. However, she isn't opposed to having a long-distance relationship. If her partner doesn't want to move, that's not a deal-breaker for her. You can make it work. The logistics shouldn't stop you from being together, she said. I don't consider it a negative thing. It could be really fun. The Golden Bachelorette. Fans predict disaster. Joan says that long distance isn't a big deal, but the remaining contestants might have a different take. Based on their hometown scenes, they each have large families that could be hard to part with. Even in the best scenario of being able to visit each other frequently, there's bound to be birthdays and other occasions among their individual families that will get in the way. Joan Vassos walked into the Golden Bachelorette mansion with grace, poise, and a touch of lavender perfume that lingered like a sweet secret. At 61, the Maryland native had raised 4 children, survived the storm of widowhood, and stepped back into the dating world not for fame or flowers, but for a second chance at real, soul-deep love. But as the golden journey unfolds with candlelit dinners, whispered dreams, and moonlit dances, the biggest question isn't just who Joan will choose, it's where she'll end up. Because love, in Bachelor Nation, doesn't end with a rose. It ends with real-life choices, and Joan Vassos may soon have to make the biggest one of all. Will she relocate for love? The heart of Maryland? Joan's roots in Rockville, Maryland run deep. Her family is the anchor of her life, grown children who still call her every morning, grandbabies who know her as Glam Ma, and Sunday dinners filled with laughter and stories. It's not just her zip code, it's her identity. The church pew where she sits each week, the bakery that knows her by name, the garden where her late husband once planted hydrangeas. Joan is stitched into the very fabric of her town. And while she came to the Golden Bachelorette ready to risk her heart, no one expected she might also be asked to risk her entire lifestyle. A man worth moving for. In recent episodes, sparks have flown between Joan and a few frontrunners. But one man in particular, let's call him Richard, has captivated fans and Joan alike. A retired fire chief from Sedona, Arizona, with a twinkle in his eye and a deep baritone voice that somehow makes every word feel like a vow. Richard isn't just handsome. He's grounded, wise, and deeply family-oriented. But there's a catch. He's rooted in the desert. Richard lives minutes from his grandkids, volunteers at the local fire museum, and hikes the Red Rocks daily. His life in Arizona isn't something he's looking to leave behind. It's something he's inviting Joan into. The question now is, will she say yes not just to love, but to leaving everything behind. Relocating at any stage of life is difficult, but for someone like Joan, it's monumental. She's not a fresh out of college 20-something packing up for adventure. She's a grandmother, a pillar of her community, and a woman with deep emotional ties to her home. Fans have begun debating online. Should the man relocate for her? Should Joan ask him to? Or is meeting in the middle even an option? During a tearful fireside chat in the most recent episode, Joan shared, "Love at this age isn't about castles in the clouds. It's about waking up next to someone who makes your coffee just right. But whose house will that be in? That's the real question." The Bachelor Nation pressure. Producers haven't helped matters. Sources close to the show say the Golden Bachelorette team is leaning into this narrative hard. Knowing fans are invested in more than just chemistry, they want to see what happens after the final rose. Will there be a moving truck? A new zip code? A shocking finale twist? Insiders hint that one contestant may even propose a reverse relocation, offering to move in with Joan, but with strings attached. That's right. He wants to build a life together, but only if they also invest in a brand new property together in a neutral state. A golden compromise? Or just too complicated? Love versus location. What makes Joan's dilemma so compelling is that it's not unique. Millions of older adults face this same crossroads, finding love later in life, only to realize that practical realities like real estate, healthcare providers, and grandchildren's school pickups don't care about butterflies. Joan's journey is resonating because it's real. No longer is love just about romantic getaways and sunset horseback rides. It's about finding someone who understands that moving across the country at 61 isn't spontaneous. It's strategic. And sometimes, even love can't outweigh the deep pull of home. Fans are divided. Golden Bachelorette viewers are split. Some urge Joan to take the leap. She's given everything to others. It's her turn now. Move, Joan. Start fresh. Others warn against giving up her life. No man is worth losing your roots. Love him, but stay true to who you are. Meanwhile, a third camp believes in the magic of compromise. A bi-coastal lifestyle, perhaps. 6 months in Maryland, 6 months in Arizona. Could this be the modern love story of a woman who truly has it all? Joan speaks. In a sneak peek of next week's fantasy home visits, Joan walks a quiet Arizona trail with Richard. The conversation turns serious. She pauses, looks at the horizon, and says softly, "I came here looking for a partner. I didn't realize I'd also have to redefine what home means." It's the line that's now echoing across social media, because it encapsulates what the Golden Bachelorette has become. Not just a story about finding love in later years, but about what we're willing to change for it. The final decision. With the finale fast approaching, Joan must make a choice. It won't just be about accepting a proposal. It'll be about choosing a future and a place to live it. Will she box up her memories, bid farewell to Maryland, and begin anew in the red rocks of Arizona? Will she ask her chosen one to plant roots in her hometown? Or will she do what few in Bachelor history have dared, love someone deeply, but choose to remain in her own orbit? No matter her choice, one thing is clear. Joan Vassos didn't come here just to fall in love. She came to rewrite the rules of it. Final rose? Try final address. Because for Joan, this golden chapter isn't just about finding someone. It's about finding where they truly belong. Would you move for love?